Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is D-Rock, and this is actually my very first video walkthrough. And I'm not new to stock trading, but I'm definitely new to video walkthroughs. So please bear with me. I hope you find this helpful, and we'll get right into it. So right now, I'm actually looking at the ticker ZIM, and another trader friend of mine actually mentioned to me that there might be a possibility of a theme with international shipping due to the tariffs, having a backlog of all the containers and basically, kind of a repeat of what happened in 2021. And so I just did a quick Google search, looked up some international shipping companies, and then I sorted those by the highest average volume, and ZIM actually was number one there, and it kind of fit the bill. Look, we have 8.25 million volume in average 30 days. So that's okay. That's definitely better than some of the other ones that are in the hundreds of thousands. Because volume equals liquidity, and liquidity equals price action. Um, so anyway, I started looking, and immediately, I don't think I've ever charted ZIM. I don't think I've ever traded it before, but immediately this caught my eye, and I'll show you why here. So what I'm looking at here is I ended up being on the weekly, and I do like to swing trade, even though this market is not friendly for swing traders right now. But I still like to chart at least, chart it out for a potential swing. It might just turn into a day trade, but we'll see how it goes. But on the weekly here, what I see is a huge head and shoulders right here, and we'll get into the. We got a huge head and shoulders going on here, and it's already played out, right? So it looks like here was the neckline. If I just draw this out right here, this is a good neckline right here. It broke down, 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, it was a nasty sell-off week. But then here we had a nice bounce, and we didn't just bounce anywhere. What I also noticed here is you have a pretty decent little demand zone here. I almost said supply, that would have been dumb. We have a pretty decent demand zone right here, and we just touched it. We just tapped it, which is a nice visual reference that we could be bouncing here. So I immediately was like, okay, I need to chart this at least and see if there's a potential trade. And so if we're in demand, and if it just bounced off of demand, I would look here and say, okay, where is the next supply going to be? Which is probably going to be really this gap fill right here. Right. So we'll draw this out, and we'll do supply right there. So really, we could have a decent mover here from 1379 to about 1784. Again, I've never traded ZIM before, so I don't know the option chain, but it is cheap enough. This could be potentially played as a common stock. So I would come down here to the daily, and we do have the stock is underneath its 500-day moving average. That's this orange line right here. I normally don't have moving averages for as far out as this. This purple one up here is actually the 1,000-day. I usually don't have those on, but due to the recent events and the recent market correction, it has been imperative to turn this on so that we can see where some of these stock prices are in relative to their 500-day moving average. So this one in particular is under the 500-day, and you notice the 500-day actually lines up right with that neckline that we drew. So 1561, it's going to line up right there. So while this is a good supply, when I look at the daily, I'm looking right here, and I'm saying, this is going to be a tricky spot here. Why isn't there we go. Let's try this again. This right here is going to be a tricky area for us, as this one really looks like a really good place to reject here. So Still, this could be played. A break of Friday's high a day, which depending on where we open, it might even just open up here. But a break of Friday's high a day could potentially work into this 1540, 1550 area. Might not be the best risk to reward there, but that is a potential. So honestly, that's really why I wanted to chart it, because it looked good, and I wanted to see a little bit closer. Okay, could this actually be a good trade? And I'm not sure it is. What I would wait for is actually more of a test of this demand, and I would want to make sure that it tests and gets out of this demand real fast. And if it does do that, it starts putting in higher highs, then I would look for an entry. And I would definitely ride this up to this 1560 area and at least take the sizable first profit, potentially leaving some runners for this for reaching up here. But anyway, that's my very quick breakdown on ZIM. I know it's my first one, so bear with me. But please leave me any feedback. Seriously, I don't care what the comments are. Just leave them in there. And if there's anything else that you would like me to take a look at, please let me know. Or if you have anything else you wanted me to talk about. But hopefully this is just the first of many breakdowns that I'll be doing. I also plan to do some videos related to stock trading in general, charting, and so forth. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks.